Hello everybody and welcome back to the Low Side Podcast. Before we get started, we wanted to give you a warning. On this video, it was our first live stream and things didn't go really according to plan. My microphone wasn't working. Steve and Nate's camera just went out midway through the broadcast. And also most of this video is not going to be in sync. I'm trying to cut out all of the stuff that didn't end up working, but we just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time that there's going to be some technical difficulties. We're working on trying to make the show better, and that means trying different things, and sometimes they don't always work, so this is one of those times. So sorry, and thank you guys for watching this episode yet again, and let's get started with the Low Side Podcast.
Here we go. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Low Side Podcast. This is a podcast where 3, sometimes 4 dudes, maybe a girl sometime at some point, would gather around and we talk about whatever is on our mind. We've got a great episode for you. Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Steve.
Hello, everybody.
And Alex.
What up?
And we are live. This is our first actual live stream podcast. Very exciting. Of course, follow us on all sorts of social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Maybe we'll post on Instagram and Twitter at some point. But we're mostly active on Facebook. But that is at the Low Side Podcast, all of those. It's the same thing. So it's pretty easy to find. We're the only podcast that's called Low Side Podcast. Except for that one podcast.
Except for that one podcast that is also called the Low Side Podcast.
Yeah, but we're better than them. So if you guys want to fight, let us know. Of course, check us out on iTunes. You can listen to the audio-only version of this and leave us a rating on iTunes as well because it helps us in the algorithm. It really does help us.
Yeah, with the way the stream's probably going to go, the audio version's going to be the only way to listen to it this week. But, we'll see.
Well, we should be able to just archive this stream and then just post it right up to the channel if all things go well.
I'm going to download it so I can at least put all the graphics in.
Oh, okay.
I should probably be on my camera. Graphic list this week. See, I can't do this. Yeah, you can. I need somebody. Somebody want to be a switcher. Come help these poor boys help us become.
We need some
switcher.
Yeah, we need behind the scenes guys.
We'll pay you absolutely
I
nothing.
can't hear Steve.
Maybe Justin.
Hold on, dude. I can't hear you, Steve. Speak up, Steve.
Hello?
Testing. We're a live stream. Hello. How's this?
I haven't been paying attention.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, this live stream's going great. Guys.
Yeah, too many PBRs.
All right, yeah. So anyway, Nate, go ahead. What about iTunes or something?
Yeah, iTunes. Leave us a review. Maybe we'll read your review out on the show if you give us 5 stars.
True.
So drop us that 5-star review because it helps us in the algorithm. Do we even know what's going on with Google Play at this point?
Yeah, and apparently Nate didn't watch the last episode where
Nope.
I said that the Google Play situation has been figured out. I
Nice.
found the link,
Good.
so we're all good.
So if you have an Android phone, for whatever reason, you can listen to our podcast on Google Play.
Yep,
That wasn't a shot at Android users, although we're all Team iPhone here. Sorry.
Team iPhone.
So, Alex, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, today on the list, let me go back to the top of my list. I'm going to say Steve wanted to talk about some actual local news.
Oh, yeah, we got some local news.
Yeah, we've got an interesting story in our Chicagoland region today. We're going to talk about the Colin Kapernick Nike ad controversy.
Ooh.
Question mark?
I'm getting ready.
Is it really a controversy?
I'm going to go ahead and label this as a non-controversy.
Yeah. but
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to talk about it, give our thoughts on it. Nate wanted to talk about this pro skateboarder, Chris Kennedy, and some trouble he got in,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Trouble.
Yeah. We're going to talk about my RBF, so that should be a fun segment.
Yeah, that's real.
If you guys have no idea what that means, just stay tuned, you'll find out. What else? And we're going to talk about me getting called out the last time the 3 of us all met up together.
True.
If you guys watch on YouTube. And I think that was it? Question mark?
Well, we also have the local film
Oh,
plug.
yeah, I'm just thinking about the current events.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have the local film plug, as always. We're going to talk about some movies Nate and I have watched recently. And we're going to talk about, this was Steve's idea for a topic, how we handle stress. So the boys are going to talk about how they handle stress this week.
Yes.
Let's see how that goes.
Yes.
So yeah, anyway.
So, where do you want to start, Sredy?
first, just because
Yeah, let's do it.
Kind of funny.
Yeah.
Let's do your RBF.
Yeah. So anyway, for those who don't know what RBF is, that stands for resting bitch face. And essentially what that means is I just look like I'm pissed off all the time. And this was brought to my attention recently. And you know what? I wanted to talk about it because I know why my face looks the way it does. You guys want to take a guess as to why I look angry all the time?
Because you're thinking about MoviePass and how much it sucks.
Okay, I do have think face. I call it think face instead of just RBF.
But is that why? Because you're just so pissed about MoviePass not working out?
You know, it's funny because when people say that I look pissed off all the time, I just want to respond with, you know why I'm pissed off all the time? Because people say I look like I'm pissed off all the time. But no, all right. The actual reason is my eyes are really sensitive to light. So
is this real?
No, I'm not joking. My eyes are. I mean, I work in glasses, for God's sake.
Yeah, but I've known you forever, and how long? I've never even known this about you.
I've always had resting bitch face, haven't I?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So
especially when you first started.
Let me finish my thought. So
all right.
Basically, the reason. How does that factor in? Because I'm always having to squint so I can see. So, you know, like, my face muscles are just kind of, you know...
They're always like tense.
This is the relaxed position.
Okay.
If I have to do this, you know, it doesn't feel right. And I feel like I'm working, you know? Hold on, let me get a close-up. When I'm doing this instead of this, you know, then
right.
I feel like I'm having to work. So I'm just trying to see, guys. Like, that's all.
So you're not really even mad. You're just trying to focus on seeing.
See.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do is see.
What are you looking at? What's so far away you're trying to focus on?
Jesus.
Very good.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah,
moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So yeah, I just thought that'd be a fun little bit.
You said
what do you guys? Do you guys want to talk? Let's just make this episode about me.
all right.
Do you guys want to talk about the me getting called out?
Yeah.
The guy on the left?
Yeah. So.
The guy on the left.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So I'm forever known now as hashtag guy on the left. When we were doing the show last time,
Yep.
that all of us were actually together, not the last episode where I was by myself. Somebody didn't like my comments about James. I was gonna say James Cameron. James Gunn.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they said. Do you guys remember?
They were.
They somehow misinterpreted what you were saying as defending Disney, because you were basically alluding to Dave Bautista not actually going to quit Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I watched that clip. I watched that clip like a billion times to see if there was any possible way that it sounded like you were defending Disney. And I really, I mean, I'm sorry if this person's watching or they watched this video, but like I just don't think they understood what was going on, or they weren't really paying attention, because I don't think you defended Disney in the slightest. You were just calling Dave Bautista out for what he's probably going to do, if Guardians of the Galaxy 3 even happens anymore at this point, considering it's been put on hold.
Yeah. Viewer's name is Christina L.
Yeah, call her out.
For reference. Can the guy on the left do some actual research before running his mouth? That's what she had to say.
Yeah.
Remember, Disney gave Lasseter?
I don't remember.
Yeah, a fair good
The guy from the Pixar.
Yeah.
That just got fired, quit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're forever known as the guy on the left.
Yeah, forever.
We're going to get you a t-shirt for Christmas this year.
But you know what, Alex? You took the high road.
That's true.
And,
Yes.
I think you definitely had a well-worded comment.
Yeah.
There was no response after that, so I think you finished that off.
Either that or they just, decided not to respond ever again.
I
I
mean,
wonder do you know a Christina
that's-
L around here?
That's how it always is, though. Like, when I experience this kind of stuff on, like, Out of the Basement or anything, and people are leaving, like, hateful comments, and you respond to them, in, like, just a normal way, like, you're not insulting them or anything, most of the time, they say absolutely nothing back.
Yeah.
And I think most people just don't realize that you'd actually respond, because I feel like a lot of people just watch big YouTubers who don't respond to their comments. But when you're a small channel, obviously, responding to comments is a very important thing.
Yeah.
And negative comments, positive comments on Out of the Basement, we respond to them all, even if people are insulting us, because people like to hit us with the oh, you guys are virgins. And you're just like, that's such a low effort insult. Like, come up with something better.
Yeah.
Like, because that, like, I don't know, that shit doesn't faze me at all. I just think it's funny because it's very obvious because the people that, well, the only people that care about virginity are like 12-year-olds. So you just know that these people are children.
Apparently my mic isn't working.
Oh, great.
Isn't that fun? This is going swimmingly.
First live stream, guys. First live stream. I'm just going to keep reminding you.
Yeah.
Are you good?
I don't know. I mean, I can hear.
Can you guys hear Sredy? Do you have the live chat up?
Because Bucky just.
He said he can't hear you.
Yeah, in the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing, though, that is good about the way that Alex responded was that it's okay to disagree and still have a civil conversation. I think we've talked about it before on the show, where if you have a disagreement with somebody, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, we may not agree on the same thing, but we're not going to go out and insult each other just because, oh, you're an idiot because you don't blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not a conversation, you know? And I think the way that you, like he said, you took the high road on that, I think that's good. And a lot more people should do that. You can have a conversation about something even if you don't agree on the topic at hand.
Yeah, it's really not that hard to disagree with someone and be able to talk to them. I think it just, I mean, at the end of the day, it really boils down to people's maturity level, because the moment you resort to insulting someone,
Game over.
Yeah, you're just
It's
you already
over.
lost.
Yep.
Like, argument over. You can't actually have valid criticism if you're just insulting someone. At least that's how I feel. So.
Hashtag truth.
The truth.
True news.
I guess we're doing it this way today, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, back on track here.
All right.
The one mic approach.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Low Side Podcast.
Redo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Steve.
You just get a dummy mic in there.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we at?
I don't remember. I just know.
Well, we finished the RBF section.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the local film club or plug. Let's do the LSP.
You got to talk like closer into it.
LFP. Let's do that. Let's do the local film plug.
All right.
Local film plug. Take us away, Sredy. Plug some local movies.
Okay, so the Low Side Podcast local film plug, let me find my notes real quick, is an opportunity for local filmmakers to have their work plugged for no charge. I'm a struggling filmmaker, as you guys know, and as these two always make fun of me for sometimes. But so I understand what it's like to have your work shown to the world. So basically, all you need to do is fill out a form, which I will provide in the... I have a link in the description of this video because it's a live stream. Hey, just send me shit right now. I can't plug it right now, but yeah, fill out that form. Just has some basic information on it, such as the title, obviously, genre, actors, etc. And yeah, it'll be a good time. I'll plug it on the podcast. Oh yeah, the number one thing, guys. There's no catch. There's no catch.
Absolutely no catch.
Are you looking at porn?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
All right. So back to that. We're going to start with the first film, which is titled Knock Knock. I think Nate might be a fan of this one. It is a short horror film at 3 minutes. It is directed by a husband and wife directing team, Amy and Justin Sims, out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. The actors are Daisy... Oh, boy.
Is this
Every
where
time.
you butcher the names again?
Every time.
I have a pronunciation thing too. Ah, shit! I think we just lost the stream. God damn it!
Went out?
I think we're back.
Yeah, I still see it.
Just lost the stream.
No, we're good.
No, I mean there's a little bit of a delay, but I lost the stream.
Oh.
Anyway, the actors are Daisy Perozzi Hickey and Kristen Miller. It is about a woman that is preparing to paint her house when she begins hearing strange noises.
Ooh,
Yes.
spooky.
So I got a full link in the description below right now. I just lost the damn stream again. Are you guys?
Yeah,
it's still going?
showing up.
Okay.
Yeah. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, so I got a link for the description right now. I prefer if you didn't leave the podcast just yet, but check it out afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just come back around.
Yeah, come back around. The interesting facts, like I said, it was a husband and wife directing team, and it won Best Hoosier Film at the Hobnobbin Film Festival, which is one of the bigger. Yeah, I know it's.
Hobnobbin.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Hobnobbin.
Oh,
Hobnobbin.
Okay,
Hobnobbin Film Festival.
It sounds less like a Korean barbecue then.
Right. What else was I going to say? So that's pretty cool. That's one of the bigger festivals in Indiana. So, congratulations to you too. And then they also have a Vimeo channel, which I also provided in the description. The next film, it's not, it's a music video. It's like a short film. It's like Thriller. You guys seen Thriller?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a mix between a music video and a short film. But it is titled Bluebird, directed by LaKesha Lorene? I think Lorene, out of Indianapolis. The actors are Kiana Watley, Emmanuel Carter, and Dominic Wilkins. Like I said, it's a music video at 20 minutes.
Dang.
It's a beast of a movie. It's about a young woman who finds the challenge of racism as she launches into her music career. We get the full link right now in the description. What else? It was not actually submitted by LaKesha. It was actually submitted by their sound recordist, Matt Hurwitz. He said he personally did all the location sound recording during the shoot. This was the first music video that Kiana Watley ever has done and wants this to launch her music career.
Nice.
So good luck to all of them.
Yeah, good luck, everybody.
I like that guy does sound design and his last name is Hertz.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep. Damn.
Fake name.
This is just a disaster, guys.
You're doing fine. We're doing fine.
No, it's not. It's not me. I'm fine.
It's
Your guys' camera went out.
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
We're here.
You're still moving around. I see it.
Are
Yeah.
you moving around?
Yeah.
You guys are moving around?
Yeah, you're pushing.
You guys want to
buttons
see it?
Oh no, we're frozen.
Yeah.
Look, Steve, we're frozen.
Yeah. You guys. Are,
All right, just go.
every-
just go
yeah.
main camera.
All right, we're just going wide cam for the rest of this. This is stupid.
This is a lot of hobnobbing.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a pro tip about live streaming in a multicam session. Don't use a MacBook Air because it cannot handle it. So back to
Are you gonna
webcam.
upgrade for us, Alex?
Yep, you guys are still frozen. Am I gonna upgrade for you guys? Probably not.
No. Okay.
Nope.
All right, I'll buy it.
We'll just do the live stream in my bedroom, and
We have to go to your house.
yeah, I'll go to my house.
We'll all just huddle in
Yeah.
close together, get safe and cozy.
Welcome to.
Yeah. You guys in adopt the bedroom, the main bedroom.
Yeah.
That's my bedroom. So we will
Dude,
not
your
all
bedroom's
fit.
famous.
Yeah.
I guess my bedroom
Yeah,
is
it is.
famous. Yeah. All right, let's go
where
to
the
the
magic
last
happens.
one. Yeah. The last one is titled Treasure. I actually watched this before I came in today, so that's the freshest one in my mind at the moment. It is directed by Nathan Brown out in Indianapolis. He did not give me how to say these names correctly, so I'm gonna fuck this up royally. So I apologize to everybody.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah. The actors are Mike Chackery, Sarah Purnima.
I don't think that's how you say
Coletta.
that name.
I don't think this is how you pronounce this name, but I'm gonna say Bobby.
Bobby.
It's Bobye. So
Yeah. that's-
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, like Bobby.
Bobby.
Maybe it's like Bob Ye, like Kanye.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Bobby.
I'm just gonna go Bobby. Bobby. Where's Bobby at? I miss Bobby.
Next episode when we get all this
Yeah, when we
live
get all this
stream
shit
stuff fixed.
figured out. We should have just recorded instead of live stream, but whatever. Bobby Boatwright, Brianna Baird, and James Dobson. It is a short film comedy at 8 minutes, about 8 minutes, a little less. And it's about when a man unknowingly gets high from pot brownies, a gullible driven man must follow a treasure map given to him by angels.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
It's very
Sounds like a
interesting.
trip.
Yeah, it's more than brownies that are.
Yep. So we have both the full link of the movie, and I'm going to assume, I didn't check this link beforehand, but Nathan's YouTube channel link in the description below. And yeah, that's all I got. And of course, it wouldn't be a film plug if I didn't plug my own thing.
Oh.
So Cashing Out, written and directed by Srednoselac. I'm thinking about canceling it, but I don't know. We'll see. What? What's
Nothing.
going on?
Keep going.
What's going on?
You're fine. Just keep going.
Yeah, you're
I have nothing else to say. I made a movie.
I thought you had an update.
Well, yeah, we had an update, I thought.
Yeah.
What is it? Let's hear it.
Well, the picture's almost done.
Good.
So with one of the two things that I told you guys that are happening, the picture and the sound, the coloring stuff and the sound, I think the sound stuff will be done by the end of the month.
Nice.
Because I have it all. So I'm just adding my personal touch at this point.
So then cashing out Thanksgiving release?
No.
Christmas
I
release?
can't show it if I do it then. I'd have to wait till January. It's probably going to be January, guys. I mean, the movie will be done before then. I mean, I'm going to have to test it, do some after-hours testing. So if you want to come watch that, I mean, whatever.
Hey.
I'm just tired of waiting, all right?
I'm trying to give you options, man.
Listen, let him take his time and perfect it before he just releases
Yeah,
it.
unlike this live stream, right?
Yeah, blame it all on Alex, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's probably my
Hey,
house.
since I have a mic now, let's recap my RBF. I'm trying to see because my eyes are so goddamn sensitive. That's why I look mean all the time. Some asshole called me out on the last podcast. I don't give a fuck. I handled it correctly.
He's super angry about it now.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to what we were going to talk about before then. So let's start with the Chris Kennedy thing, Nate. So if you want to take that away.
All right.
Damn, Steve. I told you not to bang on the table.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, live stream or people watching.
I need another beer.
So yeah, going off the top of my head because I don't have anything in front of me. Pro skateboarder Chris Kennedy is facing some jail time because he killed some people while he was driving drunk.
Oh my god.
Don't do it.
Yeah, and that's a big old bummer.
Where
but
did this
here's
happen?
the thing.
Do you know?
Not off the top of my head.
Ooh.
You know what's really fucked up about this is that this is Corey Kennedy, not Chris Kennedy.
Thanks,
Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Bucky.
Corey
thanks,
Kennedy.
Bucky.
See, we need Bucky. We need to hire
Yeah.
Bucky. How much
Bucky.
you want, Bucky?
We'll pay you nothing.
Yeah, we'll pay you in.
You want to switch, Bucky? Because
Yeah.
apparently I can't do it.
Yeah.
We need you to buy the most expensive computer that you can get.
No, it doesn't
so we
even
can
need to
do
be
that.
that. It just needs to not be an Airbook.
Hey,
Mac.
Buck's
MacBooks
already
are-
got a nice computer.
Yeah.
He'd be able to. He'd
Let's
be able
hire
to
him.
carry us
All right.
We are looking to hire someone, right?
for free.
Right.
Yeah, free night for PBR.
Right.
He
if
doesn't
you
drink beer.
if you work for
What does he
PBR,
drink? Mountain Dew?
Water.
all right,
Juice.
you will get all the free water that you can drink.
Yeah. Do you want Nestle? Do you want Fuji? Let me know. We'll get it for you.
Yeah. So yeah, Corey Kennedy. But what I was gonna say is this is really fucked up because this is the second time that a pro skateboarder has killed somebody while drunk driving.
Who else was the other one?
Yeah, true.
The other one, it wasn't like behind a car. It was in a moped, wasn't it?
It was a Canada Dry will suffice. Yeah, that's right. That's Steve's drink of choice is
Yeah.
Canada Dry.
I love it.
It was Ali Boulala. He
Yeah, Ali Bouala killed. Shit, I forgot his name already.
yeah.
Was that the
Shane?
vert skater guy? Was that him?
No.
No, he didn't vert
They were
skate?
they were street skaters.
Okay.
Yeah, Shane something. Shane something.
Mosley?
Shane Mosley. You're
Yeah.
just-
Shane
He's a-
Cross.
he's a
Yes,
boxer.
Shane Cross. Apparently, yeah, we just need Bucky. He's just gonna fact check everything.
Honestly.
we need a fact checker. We need a switcher.
He's-
But anyway,
Yeah, buy him a case of Canada Dry.
yeah. But yeah, second time this has happened ever. That's already one too many times. Now we got two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's he facing? Is he got jail time?
He's got prison time, bro.
Yeah, he's going to
4
he's-
years.
He's definitely going to prison. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I feel like that's a pretty light sentence.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like very much.
I wonder if he took like some sort of plea deal or something.
He probably did, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I don't remember the exact details of the case. It's been
Yeah, because
this-
we wanted to talk about this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is a couple weeks ago at this point, but yeah, it's just a bummer that anyone would decide to drink and then get behind the wheel of a car, and then I think he killed two people. He took two people's lives, and that's
This
awful.
is this is probably an obvious question, but does this mean the label is done with him?
Oh yeah, I'm sure
they're
all
just
of
like,
his sponsors
just
dropped
like
him.
anyone else would have this happen, right?
Yeah, for sure. He definitely,
Yeah. So his life, he just threw his life away.
yeah, pretty much.
Dang.
So I mean, he was kind of an older skater at this point anyway, but yeah, I mean, I guarantee all of his sponsors are done with
They're
him.
just like, that's it.
Yeah, so
Way to go.
I mean, there's a solid chance he can make a comeback, but
That's a pretty hefty thing to get over, though.
yeah, I mean, you see it happen with other skaters like like Antoine Dixon went to prison a couple times and he lost all of his sponsors, and now he like doesn't have anything to do with the skateboarding world really.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Does he flip houses like Vanilla Ice?
No.
He's no longer in
There's
the music
actually
industry.
a skateboarder who doesn't. I think he's like retired, but he flips houses.
Really?
Kerry Getz.
Oh,
I follow him on Instagram, and
His
he just
chairs are made out of skateboards.
he flips houses now.
All right.
So I'm like, all right, yeah, more power to you.
I guess that's what it takes. So, Alex, what should we talk about now?
Well, the last current event that we wanted to talk about was the
Bacon Fest massacre.
Oh, you need one? There you go, Alex.
I need one before I need to crack a cold one before we start talking about this. Was the
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Do you want to talk about the dog first or the
Bacon
Colin
Fest?
Kaepernick?
No, let's get into the dog one because it's real quick.
Okay.
But basically, if you guys went to the Bacon Fest this past weekend in Portage, you would maybe have read the newspaper and heard about a Yorkshire Terrier that got murdered by a police dog accidentally. Apparently, there was this couple who was just cracking an old one or a
Crack
cold
into the
one.
mic.
This live stream's a shithole at this point, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But anyway, so there was a couple who was at the Bacon Fest in Portage, and they were, just having a fun time, walking around with their puppy, and there was a police dog kind of off into the side, and there was a canine who got loose from its owner because he saw the terrier. The terrier barked at the big dog. The cop dog got loose from its handler and bit down on the face of the terrier, and now the terrier is dead. He is no longer with us. I think his name was Buddy.
Oh, that's sad. I mean,
It is terrible.
the police dogs are they're so well trained for the most part. I wonder.
Can you do me a favor and
What?
smack him every
Yeah.
time? he
Stop
fucking
touching the
moves
mic.
that?
All right.
You're making tons of noise.
You listen to what you do every time you touch that thing.
So I said, don't touch the mic.
Well, if we had a Zoom thing that would work, we would be.
I'm just gonna fucking go home.
Anyways,
This reminds me of the Bob Anderson, Nate Martin.
Oh yeah, when it's just
Yeah,
tear Sredy in
tearing
your
you
one.
up. All right, go ahead, Nate.
anyways, I wonder what made this dog snap.
Right.
And I'm not 100% sure about this, and I don't want to make any implications here, but when a dog normally does that, attacks a person or another animal, aren't they supposed to actually put it down?
Yeah, they're talking about.
But they're just retiring it.
Yeah, they said that he's not going to be in service anymore. And then people in the comment section are just tearing this dog up. Like it should be euthanized. It should be.
Well, that's what happens to regular people's dogs when
Yeah.
they attack a person or
Yeah, I heard
another
about
animal.
it in the Hobart area. There was a mailman or a mail lady. She got attacked by a pit bull who broke through the front door of this person's house and attacked, the mail carrier. She had her leg ripped open.
Mm-hmm.
So when the police came, there was actually utility guys in the area that saw this happen and went down and helped her, pried the dog off of her leg, and then once security and then the animal patrol came in, they took the dog and they had to get rid of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's terrible, But
Yeah.
that's what happened at the Bacon Fest. So I don't know what's going to happen to this dog. I don't know if it should get euthanized, but like you said, that's pretty much standard issue. But I don't know. It seemed like it was very unprovoked because they just said that the terrier barked once towards the owner and the dog, or the canine,
Wow.
and then that dog just flipped out and attacked, the terrier. So who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm sure they'll do an update here soon.
Will the police dog get special treatment?
Stay tuned on the next episode.
Yep.
Man, I just thought of, speaking of police getting special treatment, I thought about that case with the woman who went to the police officer woman who went to the wrong house
Oh, God.
and murdered
Yeah.
that guy.
Yep.
Man, we should have talked about that.
That is
yeah.
is
Let's
crazy.
talk about it then.
She's probably gonna get a lighter sentence, or
But did you hear about what happened?
She was drunk, right?
No. Did you hear about what's going on right now with the dude?
Let's
Oh.
do it.
Oh,
What is it?
Man, we're about to drop some knowledge on
Here we
Steve.
go.
They found marijuana at his
Oh,
house.
yeah.
So they're
How
gonna try and bust him for that.
Yeah.
So
Jesus
stupid.
Christ.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, yeah, she wasn't arrested for 3 days.
Right. I heard
Well-
she was free for a few days, and then they're like, "Oh, we should do something."
Well, yeah, after people were like, why isn't she being arrested?
Yeah.
Something's fishy about this story. And I know we don't have enough information about it, but they claim that the apartments all look the same.
They have numbers on them.
And they have different colored rugs representing each floor. And I've seen stories, nothing's like official to the police, but next door neighbors and stuff thought they heard her like knocking and saying, let me in. But when the police interviewed these people, they didn't say that. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something else going on to this story. And also like,
she's a cop too, right?
Yeah. And she just opened fires on someone in a house. Like I know if someone's breaking into your house, you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
But she just blatantly was like, oh, I see something moving. I'm going to kill it. Like, I'm just going to shoot it. Don't you think a police officer would want to arrest the person or, like, try and subdue them rather than just outright murdering them?
Well, I mean, a lot of times you hear about how officers react if they feel threatened enough to where they need to use lethal force. Like, that's almost a regular practice. You know what I mean? If they feel threatened, their life is threatened, they're going to act out as they need to, as they see fit. And a lot of times it gets justified.
But this guy was across the room, wasn't anywhere near the door.
Okay.
And she just blatantly fired on him. I don't know. I just feel like should you really just go straight to pulling your gun and shooting someone? I know that it was dark and he could have had a weapon or this and that, but I just don't know. I just feel like there's something weird about this story.
Yeah, there's definitely something that it doesn't feel right. Because I when I initially heard about it, I was just like, here we go. Another police cop is going to get the easy street. And then, because the guy was black, it's going to become a racial thing. And it's going to be another division between the two, and it's just like...
I mean, you already see that with them trying to pin the marijuana thing on him. Like,
yeah, that's just bullshit. That has nothing to do with anything that's going on with that. So
it's legal in how many states now? Probably like 10 for complete recreational use. Like, let's just stop with the marijuana stigma.
Yeah, I get
stigma.
You. Yeah, it's
stigma.
just
Stigmatism.
Yeah, stigmatism.
Wait, it's in my eyes. I can't
got
see.
weed in my eyes.
Sredy, why can't you see? Because I got too much weed stigmatism in me right now.
But it's like, smoking weed doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't turn you into some violent criminal.
Stigmatism.
Yeah. Hashtag weed stigmatism. We got to have a hashtag every episode. That just jogged my memory about that story because I was just thinking, like, what the hell is that? Like, so I'm curious to see how this develops, or if there's any new developments, and we just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So, Sredy, do you want to talk about some movies?
Ooh.
Are we not going to talk about
Colin
Kaepernick?
Yes.
I forgot all about that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the controversy.
Yeah.
Bring it in, Sredy. Bring it in.
Okay, so this is a bit of old news at this point, but we're going to talk about...
it's still going on. There's
Is
still
it?
football going on, and everyone who loves football across America knows about this, and I'm sure they're still talking about it. So it ain't dead, but it ain't new also.
Right. Good grief, Steve.
Sorry.
You killed me.
Sorry, dude. I'm just getting excited for this topic again.
I just love talking on the podcast.
Jesus.
All right, go ahead.
R.I.P. headphone users.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot where I was going with this.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick, the Nike ad. I'm assuming you both saw the ad?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with that. Do you want to start with what do we think about Colin Kaepernick, or what do we think about the ad?
Just go. Just do the first part.
What I think about Colin Kaepernick?
No, what you said about the Nike ad. Let's do
Okay,
that
so you guys have seen it.
Yes.
All right, what'd you think about it?
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, it's totally harmless.
It is the most harmless thing that's out there right now.
Yes.
It's a peaceful. Okay, that it's obviously not a protest, but because he protests and Nike has brought him in to say this is our spokesperson.
Right.
That's the issue people have with him.
Yeah.
And it's BS. It's total BS because he's already got this bad stigma with kneeling during the national anthem during football games.
Yep.
Right? Why is that bad? You're not standing for the flag during the national anthem. That's a disrespect to the people who serve this country.
And you know what's interesting about that is apparently, I don't know if this is, hashtag true news or not, but apparently a vet told him to do that.
Yeah,
a white vet.
And that's the thing. It's just like the people who fought for this, for this country, I appreciate you guys. I'm not saying you guys did thank you. I'm saying thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
They fought for that right, for peaceful protest, for freedom of speech. He's not doing anything that isn't unconstitutional or, it's a peaceful protest. What did Rosa Parks do? She sat in the front. Peaceful protest.
Nah.
Yeah. it's
Rosa Parks.
right. And the biggest thing I have a problem with this is because I feel honestly like a lot of this is because of his color of his skin. Mm-hmm. If he's burning down his city, he's a thug. If he's kneeling during the national anthem during a peaceful protest, he disrespects America.
Yep.
Like he can't win.
No,
So
none of them can.
So what does a man of color have to do to get his point across without being labeled as something negative?
Well, if you're asking white America, nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Right.
Because
black people can
there's
do
nothing
to do
wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And, he's not, like Nate has always said, if you're not hurting anybody, if you're not killing anybody, if you're not being overly, disrespectful, there's nothing wrong. Do what you want to do,
Yeah.
That, for me, that's the same thing with peaceful protest. He ain't doing nothing. Oh, yeah, he's at work. He shouldn't be kneeling at work. Don't give me that crap. He's gaining attention while he's at work because millions of people watch football every week.
Right.
How are you going to know about that through your divided news sources? You got Fox News on the right and you got CNN on the left. That's going to be a division right there. Mm-hmm. He's watching, or people are going to be watching football every Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. They're going to see it. So that's how they're going to know about what he's protesting about, which is, police brutality against the African American.
Right.
That's what he's talking about. He's not disrespecting the police or the men and women who serve this country. That's not what it is. And for people who are saying that this is what, this is why he's a problem is because he doesn't appreciate America. No, that's not even what the point of his protest is. It just makes me mad. Like people are they're blinded by what they're being fed and not what really what's really going on.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people that are also saying, what did he sacrifice? Because the tagline is like,
right.
Sacrifice if it means lose. Like he lost his career. He's not in the NFL anymore.
Right.
And it's not, and I guarantee you it's because of what he did that he's not in the NFL. I mean, as far as my understanding goes, because, sports. He wasn't the best player.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
But it's pretty strange that out of, everyone that would get let go from the NFL that he got let go.
Oh yeah. I mean, none of those teams want to deal with the distraction of a civil rights movement or whatever you want to call it that he's, his peaceful protest that he's doing. No one wants that in a professional sports team. They just want to, they want to highlight their best players. They want to bring in money. And they want to be good in their division or maybe make the playoffs, whatever that is. That's what they're trying to sell. They're not trying to be distracted or they don't want to be that one team that gets pinned with, Colin Kaepernick's protest. No one wants that.
Yeah. And as far as I understand, I think he's suing the NFL.
I don't know.
For not hiring him back because, I honestly do think it's bullshit and I think it's just because he was protesting. But, all the people burning their Nike stuff, idiot.
Yeah.
All the people, you already paid for it.
Yep.
You already gave them their money. And no, their stocks are not crashing.
Right.
Their stocks dipped for one day.
Yep.
And then they were right back to exactly where they were.
Right.
Like, the outrage culture that always happens where people are like, boycott this, boycott, it doesn't work.
Nope.
It doesn't work because there's always a sect of people who disagree and go, oh, well, now I'm going to buy more Nike stuff because this is what they stand for. And then and they just replace the people that are like, well, I'm done buying Nike stuff. Like, you're not doing anything. Mm-hmm. And burning your stuff is just, you just look like an idiot to me.
Yeah.
Donate that stuff. Give it to someone who needs it. Donate it to a charity. Like, there's plenty of people who need shoes, shirts, all the clothes. And Nike makes good clothing. Mm-hmm. You don't think, someone in need would like to have some Nike clothes or shoes?
No, that would make too much sense.
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing is, too, is Nike doesn't even market to the older the older white guy who wears New Balance shoes that are plain white. That's not their demographic anyway. So you can be mad all you want and you can burn all the Nikes you want, but they're still going to sell to the kids that are between,
I got my Nikes on right now.
5 and 30s, maybe 40s. I mean, that age group is what they're that's what who they're trying to sell to. They're not trying to sell to grandpa who doesn't care about Nikes anymore.
Yeah, or who buys one pair of shoes every 10 years.
Right. That's not what they're trying to do. So you're getting mad, older guy who's not going to buy Nikes anyway. That's fine. They don't need you. They want the kids. And if anything, this has brought more attention to Nike. And I feel like this is only going to help them, not hurt them.
Yeah. And I feel like in the long run, that's exactly what it's going to do, because I feel like the more and more we go down this road, the people that are disagreeing and putting up all these fights are turning into the minority.
What? What's wrong?
You slam down your beer.
I'm sorry. This is a hot topic.
It's like Bucky on Out of the Basement. Right, Buck?
Right? Hey.
You're too heated for me, bro.
Sorry.
It's funny because, I wanted to say things, but you pretty much said everything I was going to say.
What do you got to say, Sredy?
Nothing. I mean, you covered it all.
Yeah,
Your outrage was going to be my outrage today.
This is just, like you said, a non-controversy. What are you getting mad about? What?
Especially with, did either of you guys watch Black Klansman?
Yeah, I saw it.
You did? Mm-hmm. So you saw that last scene with the...
Or they just go straight for Trump? Or you're talking about before that?
No. Like the very, very... It wasn't even the movie. It was that footage from that... was it North... Where the fuck did that happen last year?
You're talking about...
The Tiki Torch people.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember where that was.
I don't remember where it was either. I know it was somewhere...
Charlottesville, maybe?
Somewhere... Charlottesville? Yeah, I just don't remember where Charlottesville is. Bucky!
Either way.
Just kidding. Oh yeah, Bucky sent the winky face on responding to you.
Yep.
But somebody ran somebody over with a fucking car.
Oh yeah.
As part of the protest, and we saw the footage he's doing this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was real, but a lot of that would just seem like it was all in a small block of the city, around the city hall or that statue that was being protested about.
Right.
I heard there wasn't very many people there. It wasn't as much as what it seemed like on the YouTube videos.
Are you talking about the Tiki Torchers?
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, because
it wasn't even the Tiki Torchers. We're just talking about the whole event in general.
Yeah.
Because did you see the footage of the person that got ran over?
Not afterwards. I saw the footage of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, but I didn't see him or her after. I didn't see that.
I think
they didn't show that, but
yeah, these are two separate occasions.
I thought it was that same week,
but they're pertaining to the same situation. Yeah,
Virginia.
It's in Virginia.
Anyway, I
was under the assumption that it was between the neo-Nazis now and then Antifa, which is they're two opposite sides of the spectrum coming together to protest a bit against. What was it?
Well, I'm pretty sure the one instance was because they were removing a statue of a Confederate general.
I don't remember. It should stay, and these people said it should go, and then that's what caused all this controversy.
Right. Guess what, you sore fucking losers? You lost.
Yeah. There goes your statue. Yeah. Sorry.
Whoops.
I don't feel bad.
No.
So anyway, back to Colin. I think he should keep doing his thing.
I agree.
I don't think he's doing anything wrong.
Not even remotely.
And for those of you who think he is, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I feel you need to get over it. I think because he's a man of color, I think that's what the real problem is. That's how I really feel about it.
Because you guys remember when this whole thing started, and I just remember one of the biggest criticizers of him was Tommy Lorene, and just she was just saying this is not the way that you're supposed to protest. And she was on Trevor Noah, and he asked her, so what's the correct way? And she's just like, I don't know, just anything that's not this. And it's he's not, he's getting his message across without violence or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And it just doesn't make sense, because then you got other people who are just white people are crazy. Obviously.
Yeah. You guys are crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Tommy Loren's a joke, though.
Yeah, she's a right wing talk box.
But I'm just saying, when most of the mass murderers in the world, they're mostly white.
Yeah.
And they're fighting for their beliefs. And then most of the people who have a problem with, the way Colin Kaepernick is acting, they're all white. At least from what I can tell, I haven't seen one black person complain about what he's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just frustrating. It just proves how much we have not progressed as a country to get rid of racism.
Well, yeah. And I mean, you got the president enabling these people.
Yeah.
And
hey guys, did you know that 3,000 people didn't die in that hurricane in Puerto Rico?
Just ignore those facts. Just ignore those. We did a great job.
Yeah, just ignore those.
It's honestly getting to the point. It's
We did a tremendous job in Puerto Rico.
It's
I threw
ridiculous.
some paper towels around, and it was a tremendous success.
Yeah.
just denying outright facts. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. It's an embarrassing time to be an American.
Yeah, I love this country, but just white people, man.
Fucking
I'm
white
not.
people.
I'm not proud of my race.
All right.
I just have to tell people that I'm Serbian, just so I'm. Are you white? I mean, I'm Serbian.
Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, I'm literally the whitest of whites, but I mean, I just don't want to associate myself with all these other fucking races.
Yeah.
So let's move on to some fun stuff.
All right, what do we
Yeah,
got?
Let's talk about some movies.
Yeah, we got some movies to talk
Let's
about.
talk about
a little
some
bit.
shitty movies.
Ooh, like
Okay.
which one? Which one we want to talk about?
I just want to start with a little brief review of the latest entry in the Predator franchise.
Oh,
Alright.
I want to do one more plug really quick.
Oh,
that
what's
I
your
almost
plug?
forgot about. My one plug is this new YouTube channel that you guys should check out. It's called Rehash the Slash,
Oh, it's
starring Nady Boy and Pagey Page. Hold on, I was reading what Bucky said.
yeah. We threw some paper towels around.
Oh, yeah, quote.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So
Bucky.
wait, Nate, tell us about Rehash the
Yeah,
Slash.
give
Go
us
ahead.
before we start talking
Tell
about
us what it
the movie.
is. What do you guys got going on over there?
All right, so it's a horror movie channel. As most people who know me personally know, I'm obsessed with horror movies. It's my favorite genre of film. And just the way that the main channel, Out of the Basement, is mostly like action figures and like superhero movies. So when we try and like kind of break away from that, our audience doesn't really seem to react to it.
Right.
Or at least react the way that I would like. So I decided to start a new channel, and Paige said she was interested in also discussing horror movies. And so we were just like, okay, we're going to start like a podcast-esque show. Mm-hmm. Most of our episodes, we only have one episode live right now, but we will, our first episode is coming out, today's Monday, right? Wednesday.
I thought you guys had two out
Yeah, I
already.
thought you already had 2 shows out.
Well, we have the one,
The Icebreakers.
which is the Icebreakers, and then we have 2 movie reviews, which are kind of separate than what like the main show is.
Okay.
And we're going to be discussing Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Paige, by the way.
Yeah, shout out Paige.
Good job, Paige.
Thanks for letting us know about Virginia, and thanks for being on Rehash the Slash.
Yeah. So if anyone out there is interested in listening about horror movies and all sorts of stuff in the horror genre, you can check out the channel Rehash the Slash. It's on YouTube. We're on all social medias. It's really, really easy to find us. I'm surprised that name was not taken.
That's a pretty
Yeah,
clever
I was going
name.
to say it's a good name.
Paige
I rem-
actually came up with that. So.
I remember when we were at
Shout out
work
Paige again.
and you were looking for your logo, and I was like, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, and of course the Out of
comes
the Basement
together.
boys they're going to be on it too.
Are they salty? They're not on the show all the time?
No.
No.
At least I would hope they're not
Bucky,
salty.
tell us the truth.
But yeah, it's just going to be all about horror movies because I'm really passionate about the genre, and I have a lot to say in terms of horror movies. So it's just something I've tried it earlier. Probably a couple years ago, I started a solo channel that was just going to be me, and it was about horror movies. But I just didn't. I don't know. It's kind of weird when you do like a YouTube series or a channel where you're always talking to someone else and then trying to do videos by yourself.
Oh yeah, I know. Trust me,
Yeah.
I know how weird it is.
And you're
You
just
know
like,
how, man, when I did the show last week, it was rough.
yeah.
It looked like you had a good
'cause
time,
I'm
though.
I mean, it was fun, but I'm like, and this is the part when I would usually cut away to these guys so I can take a break from talking.
It's really hard to talk about stuff on your own when you're so used to having someone to bounce off of.
Yeah, like I find that it's much more enjoyable doing it with you two than myself.
We love you too, Alex.
So, anyways, back
So
to the
don't
Predator.
fucking
though.
screw me.
yeah,
next
back to the
time.
Predator. Let's get back on track.
I will be doing an in-depth review of the Predator on the Out of the Basement channel, but
Yeah.
I'm actually
Give us a preview.
I'm going
don't spoil.
to actually write out a script because this movie offended me.
Ooh.
It offended me to my core. It is so bad.
Wow.
And I love The Predator. It's definitely a franchise I'm very nostalgic for. And this movie was just a straight comedy. And it was cringy. There's yo mama jokes. and I'm just like, okay, it's 2018, current year argument. Like, why are we still using yo mama jokes? Those are so played out and tired. And
I still appreciate that.
dude, I was just...
So apparently this is the perfect movie for Steve.
Yeah, Steve would probably think it's a hoot.
I need to go see this movie.
It's honestly cringy.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in a long time. Yo mama jokes in a movie.
Apparently
Yeah.
the Ethan Harmony Yo Mama jokes are his favorite.
Yeah. What up, Ethan?
It's Ethan!
It's Ethan.
Yo, it's Ethan.
Watch out for the lake.
So, dude, the comedy fell flat the entire movie. It was all just cringy. There's a character who has Tourette's in the movie. And of course, it's the kind of Tourette's that only exists in movies where he's just screaming profanities. That's his tick. Mm-hmm. And I know that there are people like that in the real world, but Tourette's is also a lot more than that.
Right.
And he only ever has Tourette's when it's time to make a joke. It's
Wait,
not
so which actor was this?
Thomas Jane.
Which one's he?
What do you mean? He played the Punisher in
Oh,
2004.
right. Sorry.
So
I was like, the name sounds familiar, but I didn't know he was in that.
he only has Tourette's when it's time to make a joke. Like throughout the whole movie, he speaks fine, he talks normal, but then when it's time to make a joke, then he just suddenly has Tourette's again. And it's like, at least be fucking consistent.
Right.
Like, so of course he's just doing the whole like, oh, I'm like, fuck, shit, piss. And you're just like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the... Okay, so it's like...
It's dry.
yeah, it's like when South Park was making fun of that trope.
Right.
But they're trying to play it as like, this is still funny, guys.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil anything for the movie just in case, you know,
Well, it's not even good.
Someone wants to see it, but
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I kind of like the cast.
yeah, the cast.
Like, they got Jacob Tremblay playing the kid.
Mhm.
They have...
the villain from Logan,
yeah,
Olivia
he's
Munn.
he's in Gone Girl, too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then,
heard Olivia Munn had some controversy with this movie.
Yeah.
She
Keegan
found
Michael
out
Key.
about something.
Yeah. Because there was an actual predator in the movie.
Ooh, a child predator? What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Child predator, bro.
Yeah, homeboy tried to fuck a 14-year-old and
A 14-year-old that's in his family, by the way. So nice.
Oh, it's a
some
double.
Nice, some nice incest.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a double.
and
That's why I won't watch Game of Thrones
Yeah.
because of incest.
but
That's hot incest. You know what I mean?
yeah, the
Give me this.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
Give me
I'm
this.
Just kidding.
You're done.
No.
no, give daddy his juice back. So
Hey man, it's not at least weird in Game of Thrones.
yeah, so apparently the studio, because I guess in Hollywood you can't do background checks on actors or something like that before
At
you
least
hire
not
them.
in this case.
That's not a thing. The EEOC doesn't work in here.
So
No, they just basically the way you get hired in Hollywood is, hey, you want to be in this movie? Here's $1 million. Come on board.
yeah. So the only person that knew was the director, Shane Black, and shame on him because he literally tried to claim, I didn't think it was that bad. like you wouldn't look into this?
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
If you had a friend that came to you and was like, look, dude, I got this charge, but it's really not as bad as you think, don't you think you would want to just take a little extra step and be like, maybe I should look into this? So anyways, they deleted that scene out of the movie. But
Right.
that's the least of this movie's problem. Terrible CGI. Predator is notorious for having practical effects, especially when it comes to the costumes for the creature. And the smaller Predator in the movie has an amazing costume.
Okay, that's where my question lies. Why are there two Predators now?
Okay, well...
Can you just spoil it for me?
I mean, the Predators are an entire alien race. There's
Okay.
more than one.
Okay, so I thought there was always just one Predator.
Well, that's because they just sent one at a time to go to Earth. In the first two movies, there's only one Predator. And in the third movie, which is called Predators, where they're on like a predator hunting planet that's not Earth, there's like 5 predators or something like that. So it's just established that there's more than one.
Is there a Predator versus Alien movie? Is
Yeah,
that
there's
right?
2 of them.
Are they good?
No, I mean the
Who
first
wins?
one's
I
all
haven't
right.
seen them
Who
for
wins?
a while.
Neither.
They don't.
It's just like Freddy versus Jason, where like if it just depends on what you're more of a fan of.
Well, I like the aliens better.
Well, I
guess it's
The aliens win then.
Okay, good.
actually
Xenomorphs.
technically in Alien versus Predator 1, the Predators win. But anyways, getting off track.
Right.
The smaller Predator has an amazing practical effects costume. It's absolutely awesome. But then the Super Predator is 100% CGI, and it looks like shit. It looks like a Sci-Fi Channel original movie.
Ooh.
It is legitimately abysmal. And
I can't stop hearing you move around on the table.
I'm not even doing
It's driving
anything.
me
I'm not
nuts.
even touching anything.
Just make some noise, Steve.
All right, whatever.
so anyways,
I need to get him a bar stool that he can lean on.
all right, just to wrap this up, terrible editing, terrible storyline. The acting was pretty embarrassing overall. And it was just really bad. I thought it was going to be bad, but it was even worse than I expected. Not the worst movie I've seen this year. Slender Man still holds that title. But yeah, I'll be definitely doing a more like in-depth review on Out of the Basement about just particularly why this movie is terrible and cringy.
How many Predators would you give it out of 5?
I give it a 1. One Predator.
That's what I gave the Nun.
The
I
Nun
gave,
was
I gave the Nun a 2.
the Nun was good.
2 out of 5, though. It wasn't 2 out of 10.
Yeah, the Nun was good.
You are way too forgiving, my friend. Good Lord.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about the Nun some other time.
Yeah.
And then I'll just talk about Slice really quick since you guys haven't seen that either. Slice is the new A24 horror movie. It was fine. wasn't good. Wasn't bad. Chance the Rapper is not a good actor, but it was his first role, so I can't really hate on him a lot.
He's hot right now, so I can understand why they used him.
And it was filmed in Chicago /
Yeah.
Joliet, so that was kind of cool. That it was.
Yeah, it was like filmed in secret. Like I remember reading an article about it once, and I'm like, that's really interesting.
Some good cameos, and I think it had some decent humor, although the movie is definitely marketed as a slasher, and it's not a slasher at all. So, just look out for that. Little mismarketing. Classic A24.
Yeah.
So, Alex, what movies do you want to talk about?
Well, I watched 3 movies recently
Ooh.
that I wanted to briefly touch on. I saw Simple Favor. I guess that's the most recent movie. I'm going to give you a cliff notes on that because I don't really have a ton to say about it. It was fine.
Eye candy?
It's just an eye candy movie. I mean, you got Blake Lively, Anna Kendrick, the Asian guy from Crazy Rich Asians, apparently. I didn't watch that, but I looked at his. I was like, I wonder what else this guy's in because his voice sounds really familiar.
Like I've seen.
Because he's got a very he's got one of those movie voices,
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm an actor and I sound great on film. Shit, where was I going with this? So I mean, it was fine. It tried a little hard to be Gone Girl, a little too hard, but those 2 were in it, so therefore I watched it. Next up, as far as an older movie that I haven't seen that I've really wanted to watch for a long time, but I just haven't because I don't have a good reason, is this movie called Raw. It is a French horror film.
Great movie.
This would be a good one for Steve. Steve should watch this after the podcast. But it's about a college student that's going to veterinarian school, and she is a cannibal, apparently.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this.
Did I?
Yeah, you told me at the bar. Remember? At work?
Oh, did I tell you about this?
Yes, you did. Yes.
I don't remember that part of
Give me that juice
conversation.
back.
Actually, I'm empty. I need another one. I was just kidding, but
okay.
whatever. I mean, I'll take another
All
one.
right.
I'm gonna look like an alcoholic on the podcast. This is why we need to do it back at the other location. But it's just it reminded me a lot of Hereditary in the sense that the little details that they sprinkle throughout the movie. They set up the ending so perfectly right at the beginning of the movie. I'm just like, how did I not see this coming?
Right. What an elaborate scheme they pull off, too.
Yeah.
To, get their victims, so to speak.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful movie. I know it's a little rough for you normies out there because it's in French.
Really great soundtrack, too.
Yeah. So you got to suck it up and watch the subtitles, but I highly recommend watching that movie.
And honestly, there's definitely some moments in it where I was like straight up trying not to gag.
Yeah, I mean it's a brutal watch for sure. Like there's this one scene that I'm just like it's just so interesting because I wonder if this would actually happen with a human. But you remember that scene in the movie where she's like literally like almost like an animal at that point with the corpse when her sister pulls out the corpse and she's just like, you know, like trying to like get at it like a fucking like dog, and I'm just like, holy shit, like that's intense,
dude. It's a fucked up movie for sure.
Yeah. So I definitely recommend checking that out. That's on Netflix right now, so you can watch it at any point. In the last movie I watched recently, it was one, what?
The video's delayed and it shows you shaking your hands.
Yeah.
Steve and I just both looked at it at the exact same time.
But the last one I watched was one that I revisited because I don't know if I want to spoil this yet, but I'm watching a lot of horror movies right now for a reason. Should I?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah, not yet.
Don't get too
So I'm
bad.
watching.
Keep 'em.
I don't even have anything yet, so I don't know why I'm even telling people. But I watched It Follows, and I liked it a lot more the second time. And I took 4 pages of notes on that movie.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful movie. You guys should check it out.
Great soundtrack.
Also, great
No,
soundtrack.
What? There's only one beer left
You know, Steve, give me the last one.
You already.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
But anyways, yeah, It Follows was one of those movies where I didn't really like it the first time I saw it. Yeah, don't do that.
I think it's a little rough the first. I think it's a little rough the first time, just because I watched the trailer for it recently, just because I wanted to see how they marketed it, and like they do a really good job of like hiding. Like I noticed something like when right before like you see the faces of any of the I don't know what to call them, the forms, I guess, of the whatever it is.
Whatever. Yeah.
They always cut right before the actual, like, you see the person or you see their face. So they kind of made it seem like almost like a slasher type of movie, you know?
And it's definitely not at all.
No. I think there's only like 5, there's only probably like 5 scary scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah. Very John Carpenter-esque movie.
Yeah, 100%.
The cinematography, the score,
A lot of wide shots.
all very, very John Carpenter-y.
You know, when I watched it the first time, I thought that it was shot, like I knew it was a low budget movie for sure, but I thought it was shot on the same camera that my like Cashing Out was shot on, just because like it wasn't like, I don't know, there was something about it. Like it was really nice looking, but it looked like something that I could shoot. You know what I mean? And maybe I don't know. I really
got a
love
nice
that
camera
opening
over there.
scene. I do. I shot the whole movie on these cameras that we're using right now.
Logitech webcams.
Yep, the Logitech webcams.
The 1080p cameras.
Yep.
Hey, man.
The ones that can't keep up, because if I switch over to Nate and Steve, you guys are still frozen. I'm not frozen though. I can have my own camera. But
It's, I mean, if Unsane can be shot on an iPhone
man,
released into theaters and look good,
I don't think it looks that great though.
but I think it looks pretty dang good for an iPhone.
It does, but like Soderbergh said, he wanted people to not be able to tell that it was shot on an iPhone.
I mean, it's completely
It
obvious.
is 100% obvious.
Because he also didn't use Filmic Pro.
No, he did use Filmic
Oh,
Pro.
really?
But here's the thing, though. I don't think they use ND filters, so it has like that really high shutter speed look that you usually get when you go outside and it's bright out, and it just looks like action cam all the time.
Unsane's on Amazon Prime. I got to
is.
check it out.
Yeah, I mean it's a great movie. It's just it was definitely shot on an iPhone.
Yeah, you can totally tell.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I mean, even like the depth of field, because obviously, like even with Filmic Pro, like the focus settings aren't really like that intense. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
All right. I think that's it for movies.
All right.
So Steve, you want to take us down to the last topic?
Last topic.
Last topic of the evening is, how do you guys deal with stress?
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have different issues They have, there's depression out there. There's, alcoholism. There's all kinds of different stuff. But how do you deal with it? Like, how do you deal with stress?
Now is a great time to tell you about our sponsor. Just kidding.
Yeah. But obviously, like I had mentioned, in previous episodes of the Low Side Podcast, I was telling you guys how about we're moving. We were moving to a different house, and here we are.
And here we are.
We're in the basement at the new house, but man, was it a bitch to get here. And for me, I've always talked about how, like variety is the spice of life. It's good for you. And then there's the big changes, and that's when, for me at least, stress really hits. And it takes a lot for me to kind of get comfortable again with new surroundings, especially if it's like a house or like a car or just anything that's real big in your, like a big life event, that we all go through. So for me, it was, I don't know how I dealt with it. It was just more like lack of sleep. I was always waking up early, and then I finally had to take a step back and realize, like, you need to do something for yourself, and it was music. I was able to zone out and just kind of listen to my favorite albums, my favorite artists, and kind of do that thing.
What did you listen to? Blue Album?
Yeah, actually a lot of Weezer, a lot of Incubus, but it was just like, and then like music that's like angry, that I usually don't listen to. I listen to angry music just because I was angry. Like why were we doing this? Like my wife and I decided we wanted to sell our little house and get a bigger house, and then I was kind of angry about that. Like, why did we do that? We didn't need to do it. But this house is cool. Like I like it here. But for me, like it took like 2 or 3 weeks to kind of get, like today I feel good. I like what we've done. We've done some updates already to the house to make it feel like our own. But not everyone deals with stress the same way. For me, maybe a little alcohol, maybe a few beers here and there, to kind of take the edge off. It's either, and then music, just kind of staying away from everybody and just kind of being in my, being my own little bubble. And that's how I deal with stress. Maybe a lot of video games, maybe a lot of PUBG. Yeah. Maybe some NHL hockey.
PUBG, bro?
Yeah.
Although PUBG can turn into a very frustrating experience.
That's its own thing.
If you get into a rut of bad games,
right,
then it doesn't help anything.
Exactly. But how do you guys deal with stress? Like, Alex, you were telling me a little bit of a story this past week. How did you get through that event without, turning into some crazy man? What did you do during that time?
I eliminated the problem.
Ooh, that's good.
So that was that. But interestingly enough, when I was doing Cashing Out, I worked with somebody who I hadn't worked with before. So I don't know what he thought of me during the time that we were shooting, but later on he told me that I was one of the calmest people he's ever worked with. Like, I don't freak out on set or anything like that. And I've been thinking about that a lot, and especially with you bringing up this topic. I think my answer is that I try to remember that whatever is stressing me out, there's always something worse that's happening, and I'm just like with the movie, for instance, I'm like, I'm just making a fucking movie. Like, this isn't a big deal. Like, I shouldn't be getting stressed out about this.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was making $100 million movie, that might be a big deal. But I mean, I'd probably still be like, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
But I try to just remember that, just because I've been through so much shit in my life that I'm just like, things are always worse somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So there's no sense in me just freaking out. I do have my freak out moments though. I do keep a lot of my emotions in, and a lot of times they'll just all kind of come out at one time, and that's not a good time. But it's been a long time since that's happened. But like I said, I try to just I don't know if I really do anything in particular. Like, I don't, alcohol doesn't do anything for me. For some people, I don't understand the phrase taking the edge off. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hear it all the time, but I've never felt like alcohol's really done that for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess I work out, but that doesn't really take the edge off either. I'm not like, oh, I'm so angry, I need to go to the gym right now and just,
pump some iron
and get gains and all that. No, I mean, I just work out just because it's good for me. I don't know. I don't know what I do. I guess I'm just too chill all the time, and I just don't let things get to me.
Right.
You know?
Like, I try to keep an even keel all the time. Like, I try to be very low-key all the time because I feel like that's best for me. If I start adding onto my plate and spread myself too thin, that's when I notice I got, issues are coming up. Like, I'm going to get angry about something, or this is going to get missed. Whatever it is, like, just like the balance is off.
I think one of the biggest things for me is I try not to put myself in the position of or being in a high stress situation. Like if I'm like, say it's like work something or, I got to do something like on a deadline or something like that. I've always been the person that kind of space everything out instead of trying to do it all at once right at the last second, But I mean, if it's not something related to that, then I just, like I said, I just try to just be as calm as possible about it, just because there's really no sense in freaking out about something. One thing I do get really stressed out about is like, for instance, like today with the podcast, like I spent most of the afternoon trying to figure out this fucking live stream. I got it to work and here we are. Like on a normal day, like if it wasn't working at my house, I'd be like, trying to rush it and just like get it done, and then like we're trying to stream at 5:30 and I only have a couple hours to figure this out, then I'm getting mad because I'm like, I want to do this but it's just not fucking working like it's supposed to. Then I start getting stressed out, but it usually doesn't last because I try not to be mad at things for more than a couple hours or at least more than a day, just because I don't want to feel that. Like Steve and I were talking the other day, and I know what it's like to just feel stress on your body. And I felt it for like 4 or 5 months straight of just like that weight on you all the time. It was awful.
A lot of that from like the house stress too is like everything went from, very comfortable, very easy. And I was very like relaxed. And then we moved to the new house and I literally felt like my heart was like, someone put a belt around my heart and put it to the lowest, hole on the belt and cinched it closed. So my heart's trying to like beat, but it can't. And I'm getting anxious and I'm getting worried and I'm feeling like all these different emotions. And then finally one day I just like broke down and started crying. Like I'm 33 years old, but I'm crying about moving to a different house because all this stuff is new to me. I don't know what I'm doing. And then once I let that emotion out, I was just like,
sometimes it's just better to let it out because it's almost it is unhealthy for you to not let those things out because that could lead to like, I don't know, you having like a fucking stroke or
an ulcer
or something like that. So it's almost better just to let it out instead of letting your blood boil. Like my blood pressure is like right at where it's supposed to be. Anytime I go to the doctor or something like that, they're always like, all right, your blood pressure's good. So I'm like,
see you next time, kid.
Yeah, so I accumulate that to, trying to be chill.
Yeah, live your best life. Nate, do you ever get stressed? You're never mad, are you?
I don't know. I'm pretty. Yeah, I was trying to think of like moments in my life where I'm like really stressed out, and they're pretty few and far between. I don't know. I just don't let anything really bother me or like stress me out. And if something is stressing me out, then usually my outlets are, playing a video game or playing the drums, like something where I can like have some sort of release, some sort of like energy release.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a good cry. Sometimes you just need to have a good cry.
Right.
Where you just sit there and you're just in your bedroom all alone and you just are,
sometimes it's
having
like
a moment.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to get it on with your significant other too. That usually helps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should try
Oh,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Everyone has their own outlet, and that's one of them.
So far in my life, though, I really haven't had any like gigantic moments of stress where it's been like an ongoing situation, or it's mostly things that stress me out are like moments, and I just don't let anything bother me. Like I've had, shit happen to me in my life that really changed my perspective on everything, and I feel like a lot of my attitudes and the way I am now really go back to my dad passing away when I was 17, and just taking that and being like, nothing in this life is worth putting that negative energy into, or like worrying about that.
Yeah.
And it really changed. I used to be a very angry person. I used to be angry all the time. I had trouble controlling my anger, and I don't know, something happened, and I'm just like a completely chill person now that doesn't let really anything get to them. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like, if something's stressing me out, I just put whatever that is on hold, and I'm like, I'll go back to that later. I'm going to do something else now, and I'm not going to try and keep pushing at it, because if I keep pushing at it, I'm just going to get worse, and it's just not worth it to me, whatever the situation may be.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like, I just usually switch whatever I'm doing. I'll just change that up and you do something different. And
so it's not a matter of you ignoring it. It's a matter of putting it on hold and then kind of thinking about it at another time.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And if it's something truly important, then, I just power through, and I do whatever I need to do to get it done with, and then as fast as possible. So then at that point, it's over with. It's just done and over with. Of course, I've never, moved. Well, I have moved and moved again. And I do agree those are very stressful moments, especially when you only got like one day to do it. Mm-hmm. But it's like those moments are fleeting.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Playing the drums is a great outlet because you can just flail around your arms and legs and just release the energy.
You can hit so many things.
Yep.
It's fun.
You can be angry, but you're also, playing an instrument, so people don't necessarily know you're angry. Mm-hmm. They're just like, oh, he's just playing the drums, and you're just beating the shit out of them because you're stressed.
Yeah. Have you had people see you at your worst?
My girlfriend.
Yeah.
She'll get the stress.
And
she'll get stressed for me being stressed.
Right. Because it's not you. You know what I mean? Like, it takes you to a different level that you usually don't reach, but you're capable of it, which is kind of scary. You know what I mean? Like, all of us have that extra level where we can just, we're not even ourselves.
Yep.
It's a whole new Nate. It's a whole new Alex, and it's just like, dang, who is this person?
Yeah. I think my anger is a little bit hereditary sometimes. Because, like, I've noticed, like, I'm not going to name names, but certain people in my family have freaked out over certain situations. And I've done the same thing before. So I think it's been passed down to me a little bit. And I've noticed that. So I think that helps me, too, a little bit to try and combat that. Because I'm just like, I don't want to be that way. Like, every once in a while it comes out and it's just like, yeah, like... There's one time somebody asked me if I was bipolar because they saw it. Like, because it was just like, how I am normally. And then it's just like complete flip of the switch.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from, Alex. My dad was definitely a hothead. My brother's a hothead. So, like, definitely understand the, the anger being something that you can't really control because you're like, it is literally passed down to me.
Yeah.
But then you see those things and then you're like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah. Not everybody sees it, so I'm glad that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned, and this is not, being on time to take someone to the airport and there's traffic everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally nuts to butts traffic. It'll bring out some rage. Like, it brings out real rage. And I was just, I've always seen it on the news. So-and-so attacked so-and-so because of road rage.
It happened recently.
Yeah.
You didn't hear about
local
that?
news.
No, yeah.
Portage, yeah.
And I was just like, that's not real. Like, who has road rage? Because we live in an area that's pretty, I would say well managed as far as, traffic goes. But going to Chicago last week, I woke up at 5:30 to take the wife to the airport, and she had to be there at 8. We didn't get there until 7:50.
Oh, God.
Her flight was at 8 o'clock. She had 10 minutes to get there. She had 6 minutes to spare before the plane left.
Wow.
So we were super, super lucky to get her on time.
Which airport?
We went to O'Hare, and
I
everything.
have no idea how you
got through
that.
And we went through the city. We should have went around the city and paid the tolls.
You know what? I made that same mistake too when I took I had to pick up a couple friends from O'Hare recently. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to pay for this.
Right.
And it was a mistake.
But then you pay for it in time. And
because I was like, well, the the GPS lied to me too, because it said 90 minutes, and it turned 90 minutes and
Right.
turned into 2.5
You see
hours.
all those red lines on your roads
Yeah.
because the traffic's so bad. But it's just like the people in the morning, they're not aggressive when they want to, when they drive. You talk about like, oh, the morning rush hour. You think people would be rushing to get somewhere, but they're very cautious. They're very slow. They don't press the gas. That's for sure.
That's me.
We were on there was a light probably like 20 feet in front of us, and the light was short to be, it was a super short light, which was double frustrating. So, 3 or 4 cars maybe go, and then it turns yellow and then red. And then we're back to sitting there for 5 minutes because the other road has a 5-minute wait time before we can go again. And it's just like there was so much rage built up. I wanted to punch through the windshield because there was just, go, people go. And they're not even paying attention. They don't know when to go. They're probably on their cell phones just, checking out the weather or their Facebook page. And it's just like, you're in the middle of a road. You need to go because there's 700 people behind you who want to go in the same direction and you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Yep. Road rage is real, and I felt it last week, and I was just like, gosh.
That's why you always get the iPass.
Yeah.
You just get the iPass.
Yeah. iPass, leave early. I thought 2 hours would be fine.
That's what I thought too. And
2 hours.
That was a mistake.
Guess not.
I mean, luckily I was just picking somebody up, so I didn't,
Yeah.
didn't technically have a time crunch, but I picked them up an hour after they landed,
Well, that's different. I feel like that's different. You have time to chill in the airport and maybe grab lunch.
No. I mean, it was an hour after, they landed, and I was still in traffic for an hour.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it was still stressful though.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I'm
for you getting up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
and then going back because the
you
drive
have to
back
deal
was
with all the
same.
idiots. Yeah, it's just the same thing. I would feel less stressed out though, knowing that they're where they need to be and they can maybe grab a drink or a lunch, or whatever.
I love 8 a.m. airport beers.
Yeah. So I feel like that's way less stressful than trying to get somebody because the plane's not going to wait for you. You know what I mean? You're going across country. You're going to have to pay for that flight now because you missed it. So you got to buy another one. And then we'll take you there because, that's just how it works.
SOL.
There's no remorse because the plane's not going to wait for you.
Nope.
See ya.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks for sure.
There it is.
There it is. So that's how we deal with stress, guys, right?
Yep.
Listen to music. Nate, just keep it low key. Alex,
I just chill.
he just stays chill also.
I just stay chill.
Yeah.
all
I got
the
two
time.
chill dudes here,
With
and I'm
my
over here.
with my angry face.
Yeah, with your
Look how chill I look
Yeah.
all of the time, people.
Yeah. You should have switched to your camera, but you didn't.
Oh wait, hold
Yeah,
on, I
you
can still
forgot.
do it.
Yeah, so-
I'm so chill right now.
It's also like, these people say that you look pissed off, but it's like, you're at work. Like, is anyone really happy when they're at work?
Not generally.
Yeah. I would say there's, it's-
And the thing is too, I work mostly closing shifts, so if I've spent the whole day by myself,
Yeah,
not
you don't wanna
talking
talk to people.
I'm just I'm gonna stay quiet probably.
you're in that
so-
mode already.
I definitely get that. You're just like, I've been alone all day. I haven't spoken.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to start right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not angry. I just don't feel like talking to anyone. I totally get that. I'm always in that mood.
Yeah, I turn into that mood when I'm tired. If I haven't had a good amount of sleep for a couple days, or even just that one day, and I'm more mentally tired than physically tired, what do you want? What do you want?
Oh, we know, because you turn into a little savage.
Yeah, and it's just, it's bad. So it's rather just I need to get my sleep, otherwise I don't turn into that
It
guy.
gets a little cranky.
Yeah, I don't want to turn into cranky Steve.
All right. So do you guys have anything else that you'd like to add at the end of this episode?
I would like to add that we need to fix this fucking problem. We need to get a new table that Steve can just rub his whole body on.
Right, I love this table.
Seriously, these plastic tables are not good tables for.
So we need wood tables, a wooden table?
I think we need a wood.
'Cause I'll buy one.
I was thinking about the bar you got back there, but I don't think that we're gonna be able to sit obviously, two of us can sit on one side, but
I'd say we just all have our own
camera.
camera. Then we could do this.
I mean, I would love. Are you gonna buy one of these, Steve?
I have to PayPal you for one of them. One of those is mine.
I mean, I'll keep two of them if you want to get your own.
I thought you bought.
I don't
Nate
mind.
said you bought one of these for me, and I have to pay you back still.
Yeah, but if you just go buy one, then I'll just keep 2 of them. I've already accepted that I paid for these.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I will give you money for
like,
one of these.
It's been like 2 months.
Because isn't one of these yours?
Yeah.
So I'll give you money for one.
It's fine.
Gosh.
Just go get your own so we can all have our own camera.
See.
There's a really nice.
See, now I'm getting stressed.
There's a really nice.
I have one more USB port that has your name written all over it, Steve.
There's a really nice wooden table at IKEA that I always eyeball. That I'm like, this would be a great podcast table, but it's like $500.
Oh God. Yeah, my standing desk is wood, and it was like $400.
Yeah.
All right,
like,
if I
that'd
can
be a
find a
good one,
nice
too.
wood table at a yard sale, I'll get it.
I mean, we
Right.
could just build one.
Well, I guess I could do that too.
Use our man
Get to work.
powers.
I built my TV stand. We can build a table for
There you go.
the podcast. I'll even put Low Side Podcast long ways. We'll paint it on there. We'll make this. We don't need
Then we
this.
should engrave it. You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Do like an actual wood carving.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it.
Yeah, I guess
We're
that's
it.
it for this episode.
All right, Nate, take us away.
Sorry that our episode kind of sucked.
Thanks for sticking with us. If
Yeah.
you enjoyed this
We
video,
got,
of
we got
course,
3 watchers right now. I
Yeah.
think one of them is me. Oh wait, no, you guys have been here this whole time. So
it's one of them's you, one of them's Steve, and then
who's the other one?
Yeah. If you're still in the chat, say what's up right now.
Yeah, see what's up.
But if you enjoyed this live stream, slap a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Ring the notification bell so you know when we are.
Should we do Facebook Live next time? I did this so we could promote on Facebook and Twitter. But if nobody's watching on Twitter, then I guess there's no point in doing
I say we
YouTube.
do Facebook next time.
We could try
Let's do
Facebook.
it. Let's try it.
Okay.
So next time we'll probably be on Facebook, but of course follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at the Low Side Podcast on everything. It's very easy to find us. You see the logo right there. Look for that logo,
Yep.
not the imposters that are on iTunes.
Imposters.
Dude, they didn't upload for the longest time, and then I swear when we started, they started back up.
Yeah.
We can't have 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
it
if
can only be one.
the other Low Side Podcast, if you guys want to fight, let's do it.
Yep.
We'll have a low side off.
We'll have a low side off. So, of course, I'm Nate. I've been joined with Steve
Have a good night, everybody.
and Alex.
See you guys.
And we'll see you next time on the Low Side Podcast.